Welcome to Pickleball Journey. Today we are bringing you 3 key tips on aggressive dinking for cross-court shot. And make sure you stay tuned to the end where we've got some discount codes for you for gear, paddles, and equipment.
Let's get into it.
All right, so Elisha and I were recently reviewing the channel and we noticed there's a lot of you not subscribed. What was the number of?
It was actually 85%.
85% of you watching are not subscribed. So we're thinking either 1, you're just not committed. You don't want to see our weekly videos, and maybe 2, you just don't know how to subscribe. So either, you know, ask your kids,
grandchildren,
or ask your grandkids. They'll show you exactly how to smash that subscribe button. All right, so we're gonna get right into some tips on aggressive dinking cross court. We're gonna start simple, and then we'll progressively get into some more complex tips. So the first tip is focusing on finding out their weakness and targeting that more often. So when you're playing your opponent, I know Elisha pretty well, so I know his strengths and weaknesses, but you're just gonna, you know, early on in the match or the game that you play, you're just gonna be hitting balls looking for that weakness. And what I typically like to do, depending on how much of a weakness it is, if his forehand is a lot weaker than his backhand, I'm gonna target that about 90% of the time.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not gonna give him a ball to his strength, but I'm gonna keep picking on that weakness.
Yeah.
Now, if Elisha's a really good player, so his weaker side is not that weak. And so in that case, I'm gonna target it about 60 to 70% of the time. And then I'm gonna mix it up the rest of the time. This will allow us to, allow him to not get in a groove, but also pick on his weaker side more often than not.
And when you get to a certain level, that weaker side just may be looking like a weaker dink versus a miss, right?
Right.
So, you know, you're looking for a shot that they can't hurt you with at a certain level, right?
Yeah,
and transition to the next tip, we're talking about being aggressive. So angles are really important, but we all know that if we hit too much of an angle, they can hit an ATP. So the deeper we hit our dink, the harder we can hit our dink, because it's further away from that post to be able to hit that angle.
Yeah.
But the shorter we hit that dink, the slower we have to hit it, because if we hit too hard at that angle, Justin knows as well as I, we have that angle to be able to hit that ATP.
Yeah.
So I'm aiming like almost right for that corner of that kitchen line, and so he can't, that gets him off really well, and he also can't hit the ATP. So I'm looking for a deep dink, okay? Deep dink that hits almost the sideline. If I go shorter, I'm gonna soften it a little more. Now wide. Too much. So that's an example of way too much power and too short, so we can go on that ATP. So that was a massive mistake for me on that part.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna try to go deeper.
Yeah, and what Elisha said there is really key. If he's hitting that shorter dink, if that's too far over, I've got an easy ATP right there.
But as you can see, I softened it just enough where he couldn't get the ATP. If I hit that aggressive short and hard, he's got that angle big time.
Yeah, absolutely.
And into our last tip, real quick, it's right connected with that angle to push them out so that you can have a rise down the middle that's more aggressive. So we'll show you this right here, and then we'll also show you in some point play. So I'm gonna try to be aggressive here, get him further out wide, keep working him, and then go and rise out, because we get him, especially with a slower player, we get them out wide, and then we have that opening in the middle to kind of rise the ball. Good, I just felt it. That's good.
Nice.
Good. So even though he got back, he wasn't in amazing position, so I was able to be aggressive on the next ball. And get him back to the corner, keep him in that corner, and rise it out.
Nice. Yeah. Again, just to re-emphasize what Elisha said there, you're pushing your opponent out wide looking for that middle ball.
Yeah.
So when you push him out, you're gonna slide, you're gonna slide over a little bit, and then you're pushing that towards the middle. Watch out for the opponent, because he might be covering that.
Coming over,
But this is your chance to attack, be a little more aggressive.
An angle there. Good, I want that deep. A little
just
wide.
missed, but that's
a good shot though.
That's the right ball. Pushed you out that way.
So then he
opened up that middle.
Yep.
All right, if you're like me, you go through shoes really quick. You know, I'm wearing down these shoes. I don't know if you can see them here, but I love it that I can go on Promise. They've got shoes, gear, all kinds of stuff. 10% discount. See the description below.
Do it.
Make sure you stay out of the kitchen, unlike Elisha, but hop into the kitchen for their awesome curated content on Facebook, Instagram. They've got it all.